Happy Saturday morning. Welcome back to the channel. I think this is the opening thing. Hey, Justin, good morning. Hi. So anyways, working on Justin's 214. We thought the fuel pump was leaking, but it ended up being a crack in a line. So he is pulling out the fuel line now on this one and changing that. It's a pain in the butt, just time taking. And that'll hopefully take care of this thing. So right now I've got the wire brush and I am going to clean up the flywheel. Right there, see all that rust on there? I tried it already once, but that wire brush didn't get in there deep enough. So I'm going to run this through there, turn it over, and clean it out. And I think you heard how it started before. And well, here, I'll crank it over right now. You can hear how kind of... So let me clean it up, and I'll show you what it sounds like after. Justin's still working on his. Got the new fuel line ran. It's only been about 15-20 minutes. He's doing good on that. I've been working on this. I got the hole transferred, got the hole drilled for the oil pressure gauge. So hopefully it's lined up with the other ones, and that'll be good. I'll get that put on here in a second and show you what I got going. All right, got the gauges all in. I switched this one out right away to the gauge set so it matches. And that's true. And then I got the tack that's going to go on the hood. So that'll button that up for now until I go to hook them up. But I do need to get the oil pressure gauge hooked up so I can actually run it to test the tack. Fuel line is done on this one. Say hi, Justin.
Hi.
So anyways, he's lubing up the brake now. And hopefully get that squared away. And then variator is not moving very good, which he might have to drop out, clean it, and put it back together. Easy, but time taking. Well, update, we got a hell of a mess going on. The needle we put in the seat on the John Deere over there did not seat very well, so it was running fuel out and fouled out. He's putting that back together. We got that fixed. Once it gets back together, hopefully. This thing here, I got the oil line ran all the way around and back over to the bottom. Good enough for now. Battery is set in. I gotta find the mounts to mount it down. Then I gotta figure out where the fuel pump's going, and then I gotta figure out where I'm going to go with a fuel tank. As you can see, there's no room for a fuel tank in the engine compartment. Well, happy Sunday. I got rid of one tractor, ended up with another one over there. I went for pizza last night at Heine's, and they got a busted tie rod they need fixed on that, so I'll help them get that fixed up and follow up on this thing. I got this thing kind of put back together. I got a fuel pump oil leak, if you can see it right there. So I got to check with John Deere, see how much one of them are, and I'll get that coming and get that fixed. And then I can work on getting some of this other stuff painted. So right now I just want it out of the garage. So, as you can see, I got the tractor strapped out because Justin needed a trailer. And I just got to get this mess cleaned up and out of my front yard so I don't look like a goddamn junkyard. So we'll get that hopefully done today. Let's go inside. What do we got going on? We got the garage kind of cleaned up. I think I'm going to work on getting some stuff painted for this thing so I can keep going on it. Welding stuff on for the grab handle for that. I have different gas coming. Right now I have 97.2 gas, and I can weld stainless or wire, but it is so hot for welding steel that it just makes so much spatter that I am going back to my old tank, and I'll get a smaller tank of argon for welding stainless. So he's coming tomorrow with that stuff, so I'm going to avoid welding anything because I can just do a lot better welding with the correct gas instead of doing a multi-purpose deal. And then I'll get working on that part. So for right now, I'm going to strip this off, get that painted. I probably will get this off and painted. And that's probably maybe about it for getting painted. I'm not sure. So, but I wanted to get that done today. While that stuff is drying, I'll probably work on Ernie's tractor, try to get them parts back together and get that all centered up underneath there for the hydro. And who knows, maybe get that thing out of here one of these days. That's where I'm at. Let's see what I get done. The other thing I forgot I need to do is I need to add a spot back here for my tank, for the fourth tank. So I got to get that done today too. That ought to be interesting. We'll figure it out. Alright, I got something done for once. Rack is ready for the next tank. Add that on. Good to go. Unspin that. Flop it down. Throw the tank in. done to go. Pull that regulator down. Then you got the stainless steel gas. Finally, something done. I don't know how long it took me. Probably good 45 minutes, an hour, because I had to cut everything by hacksaw. So, but yeah, good enough. Well, Sunday fun day is over. Cleaned all this out, swept all that crap out, swept the floor here, swept the floor there, swept the floor there. And I had to take the steel out of the cart because he has to get the tank out. So I swept all this floor, cleaned the welding rack, cleaned the welder, cleaned it all. So it was more of a cleaning day than anything. So now we have a celebration of life. So that's going to be it for Sunday fun day. Till the next day. All right, Monday night. I found my battery holder for that 110, which is the March buck. And you think it rusted out a little bit? That is like a razor. I mean, that thing is so sharp. It's unbelievable. I'm going to grind that off and weld a new piece on. And then I'm going to weld up the kid's deck and go from there. Okay, that is all done. Put a little tack on the side. Put a little tack on the bottom side. Keep it in. Now I'll run her through the sandblaster and give her some paint. Justin's more that cover. You see the bearing must have been bad or something, and it ground the shit right out of it. So I'll scuff that up with a wire wheel and lay a bead in there, and that'll hopefully take care of that. Alright, I got my backing block on there, as you can see. I can't remember if it's copper or brass. I guess how shiny it is. I'm going to go with brass, but I have no idea. I've had it for so long I can't even remember. I'm going to weld that up right now. That is as good as it's going to get. Got a little porosity in there, but no big deal. Put a little paint on it, try to seal it up a little bit, and good enough. So, everything fits and works good. Actually, I got it on backwards. Duh. Alright, not exactly take two, but now I got the weight on right. And, let's see here. So I could put something here and slide it on and bolt this on. I don't know. Decisions. Okay, what I did is I tapped out this plate so I can run a bolt in here. My idea is to take this bolt now, put it in a lathe, and only leave a 1/4 inch of threads left on the bolt. So I can just push it in, and it'll kind of look like this, except for the fact my threads wore out. When I spun it, it wore out the threads, so that didn't work. So that's the plan. Well, that is going to wrap up Monday. I got the wheelie bar all painted, ready to go, hanging and drying. Got the battery bracket, battery hold on, painted, drying. I got the battery post, or whatever you want to call them, the rods to tie it down, done. The springs are painted there. If you see them hanging on the end there, right there. Them are done. And that's about it for tonight. I'm gonna go and get supper made now. Till the next night. Boy, I'm liking this crap when my truck is broke. I get home in a reasonable time. So I gotta do a little yard work before I go back in and work on garden tractors. So hang tight. Alright, that project's done. Seeded. Fertilizer mulch crap. And we're good to go. Hopefully it grows now. Second time I'm seeding it. First time I seeded it and the storm washed it away. Alright, that took a hell of a lot longer than I thought it would. Look at this. Got the ears lowered. No more back tail. Nothing. No more mullet. Alright, so yeah, she said she took off 4 inches off the back. Not bad for only missing 4 haircuts. Let's flip this around here and show what I got. Here we go. There's the battery hold down. That ain't falling off. I had to put this little piece of rubber in there because it was kind of close. And that'll protect that from chamfering on that oil line because I don't want to mess. So that takes care of that. What do we want to do next? I gotta make a fuel pump mount. Oops, sorry. I gotta make a fuel pump mount. I'm thinking about putting that like right here. But I'll probably take these bolts out. Lonnie made this piece, so I'll take them 2 bolts out and I'll flip this piece around to get it up a little higher. So it'll be like up here someplace. Did you want to see me paint some more? I didn't think so. I got them 2 pieces done. I painted the bolts for wheelie bars yellow so it matched the rims. There's one. The other one's over there in the box. Way over there. So right now I'm going to try to mock up the pull handle on this thing here and see if I can get that somewhat line up the way I want it. Okay, I grabbed my little angle iron of aluminum and I laid it across the back. Hopefully this is nice and square and straight. Looks pretty good. Mark myself 2 lines. I'll grab my tape measure now and I'll hook from back here, wrap around, hook from here, wrap around, and see if they're damn close. And we'll see how it goes. That's what it's kind of looking like, but I still got to put 2 bars in the middle someplace. That's going to be fun. Holy cow, I got a lot of double check lines and line here, line there, here a line, there a line. So, I don't know, I got to double check the one I just put here on both sides and see how they work. Okay, I got my holes marked out. Well, I didn't mark this one out yet, but I got the holes top and the bottom. So I'm going to slit that out and I'm going to weld it from down below so I get nice clean lines up here. And I think that'll look nice. So that's where that's going. But if I weld it on top, it'd be a lot easier. Oh my God, does it look straight? Hard to tell, depends how I look to the camera, huh? Anyways, try to make sure it's dead straight. I'm not gonna lie, tack job 1 failed. I thought I had a good tack on it because I had to, go from underneath, and it did not adhere to this. It just broke right away. So I drilled out the tack, and let's try it again. All right, got to line up the camera with what I see, and it is pretty good. Looks like it's tipping a little bit to the outside. Maybe, let me get the square. Now, of course, the fender is rounded, so I don't get a true reading. So if I go right off that line, try to follow that line along. A little bit up on the top. So if I weld this side first, it should pull it in. Okay, second piece turned out really good. Really, really good. The first one I thought was really good is not. Look at that. So, I don't know, I'm going to get that back. Figure it out. Maybe tweak it a little bit. I don't know. Okay, I got her tweaked out a little bit. Put a hammer at the base and whack the hammer. So hopefully I can screw up the deck a little bit. I don't know. We'll find out when I sand it. But yeah, I got this going in nice and easy now. So this, yeah. Oop. Got that going in. So here's the square on this side now. So yeah, not too bad. It's not perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better. And looking down that part, it's definitely straight enough by the eye. Good enough. Yeah, this side was spot on. Holy shit. But that's the bad thing when you can't hold it. All right, time to make supper. It is 10 to 8, a little late, but all right, till the next night. Happy Thursday, people. So what I started on here was just getting this piece cleaned up after welding it. The welds on here turned out pretty sweet, as I showed you. Just got done sanding everything down. I don't know why, but the outside had some slag up on the top of the weld. Not sure why. You think that would be easier and better than the inside weld, but either way. And the one I did to stop in the middle, that didn't turn out too bad. So I had to clean up a little slag inside the holes here on both of them. That came out real easy. And I sanded it all down, and now you just gotta get some primer on it so it don't rust. And I was just testing this to see how strong it was, because I thought I had to put another one here and here to get this stronger. But I don't know, it seems pretty good. All right, I got 1 can of primer on this, basically the U-shaped part of the deck. 1 coat on the middle. Scuffed all this, but it's not painted again. Got quite a few coats on here. I'm trying to bury the rust that was in the rust pits. So hopefully, once this cures out, I'm probably going to wet sand it. Or not even wet sand it, just dry sand it, but only with 400 grit. And hopefully I'll leave, I don't know if you can see that, see little bitty pits in there. I'm hoping I fill them up. Then it'll look nicer when I paint it black. Now granted, it's only a garden tractor, but I still want it to look good. All right, Gonna let this dry overnight. And like I said before, I'll sand it tomorrow and maybe I'll get a coat of paint on it. Ooh, zoom out here a little bit. But I think the handrail looks pretty cool on there. Should be fine. I hope so anyway. Alright, let's get my tractor back in here and close the doors and warm it up in here so it cures out. Holy cow, TGIF. Thank God it is Friday because I am done with work. I'm going to put a coat of paint on this thing. And I was going to video record it, but I'm like, why? People know how to spray bomb a part. So I'm going to spray bomb this and I'll show you what it turns out like and hopefully it's all good. I'm going to fine sand it right now up here where that rust stuff was. On the surface rust, it only had surface rust like right in this area and on that one there. This side was a little worse, but I got a good coat of paint on it. Hopefully it doesn't, I'm pretty sure it's dry. All night, had the heat cranked up over there. So I'll get at it and show you what I got going on. Starting to get a little dust buildup on it. Nothing I can do about it. 5 coats it was. Let's flip it around here. I can't put the clear on. I'm gonna have to sand the dirt out and then I'll put the clear on. Here's what I got so far. But boy, that dirt sure was coming out, that dust. That's where that rust was. So far you can't see it, but it hasn't cured in yet either. So as of now, no runs. But you can definitely see the dust in that black paint. And here's what I mean by the rust marks. See that rust marks in there? That's getting covered, I ain't worried about that. I tell you one thing, the fumes are strong in here. I have this on. These are good respirator mask or respirator filters, and it's strong in here. I'm gonna let that paint flash off a little more, then I'm gonna open the doors. I didn't run any fans in here this time because I didn't want that dust getting worse. But just to give you an idea how much paint gets all over everything. Oops, not for that. God damn fucking thing. Get the fuck away from my shoes. But look at this. That's so much paint on the floor. Look at the tracks just for me running around painting. Well, I had a feeling I hit the wrong button on the phone. Flip it around here. So I was working on the Scott's tractor. It's gone. Got that done, brought that in, moved that out. Shipped the tractor. Shipped it back to George's, got that done. Time I got done running around, went to a friend's house, dropped off some canning jars, blah, blah, blah. Got back here, now I only got like 2 hours, which now is only like 40 minutes left, and I got to get in the shower, leaving at 3, go do something for the Kentucky Derby. So, I decided to clean house. So I'm trying to pick up everything, and look at the dust. But anyways, getting tools picked up, shit cleaned up, and that's what I work on. And that, my friends, is going to be my Saturday. Sucks, but needs to be done. Sunday fun day. I got a whole decal put on. Too bad this one got on crooked and I couldn't get it back off, so it's staying that way. What am I doing today? I cleaned that part up. That's for the 214 out in the garage. It's got a coat of paint on drying. And I got this one painted, which is for the 214. So I can get that put on. That's drying. And for the marsh buck, I got that grill painted. I wanted cast iron gray to be a little offset on the grill. This is just a charcoal. Wish it was a little bit darker, but it is not. It's going to have to do. See how it looks. If not, I can paint it black. That's about where I'm at. Right now, I am working on plugging this hole. So I'm going to get this hole plugged off. So I got to drill a piece out of steel and put it in the back of there. weld it up, grind it off, and then I can sandblast and get that painted. And I also got to get the wet sanding and figure out what I'm going to do for this piece and get that done. All right, I got lucky. It's a perfect fit. Woohoo! There you go, got her all tacked in. There you go. Let's get her sanded down and see how it turned out. Not too bad. Should be able to fill that with primer. All wet sanded. Sorry about the compressor, but this is where I'm at. Well, now I'm ticked off. The two paints fought against each other and it orange peeled the whole shit. Now I am ticked off. That is bullshit. Same goddamn paints and everything. Shit. Yeah, I am so ticked off at this. I am freaking done with it for this week. That's all I got for you. I'm going to leave this off on a sour note. Thanks for watching. Thumbs up for my bad mistakes. I guess I don't know if it's my mistake, but yeah, it didn't go well. All right, till next week.